Good morning, students. Today I am sharing the video in which you will learn about first chapter of history, that is how, when and where. Watch the video and understand the topics carefully. Students, note down the important points in your notebooks. Students, let us see the topics which I will explain to you. What is colonial rule? Second, what sources do historians use in writing about the last 250 years of Indian history? And third is, what official records do not tell? Student, in previous video I have discussed with you what is history. History is certainly about changes that occur over time. Means, for example, before independence, our country was under the British rule. History explains us how did India become free from the Britishers. Students, we know James Mill divided the history into three parts: Hindu, Muslim and British. The problem with these periodizations are: first is, this division is based on religion, then development of the country. According to James Mill, all the Asian societies were at the lower level of civilization than the Europe. Europe were more developed and Asian countries were less developed. Third, India was not capable of progress without British help. Students, moving away from the James Mill classification, British classification, historians have usually divided Indian history into three periods: ancient history, medieval history, modern history. Student, this year you will know about modern history. Modern period of Indian history started in the 18th century after the death of Aurangzeb, the Mughal emperor. It was a period of political turmoil. Turmoil means it was the period of political instability. At that time, many European companies came to our country for trade purpose. Because of political instability in our country, they remained in India. Student, what is colonial rule? When subjugation of one country by another leads to political, economic, social and cultural changes, this process is known as colonization. Means, when one country control the other country and it leads to political, economic, social and cultural changes, this is known as colonization. Students, because of political instability in 18th century, Britishers came to our country as a traders. So then they started winning the territories of our country and established their rule. They subjugated local Nawabs, they defeated local Nawabs and Rajas. They established control over the economy and society. They established control over the financial resources and the people of our country. Students, they collected revenue to meet all their expenses. For administration, they needed money, so they started collecting taxes from the people. Student, they bought the goods they wanted at low price. So Britishers were in profit and Indians were in loss. They also bought the produce of crops at less price which they needed for export, like cotton, jute, these things they needed in Britain. So they purchased these things at less price from India and then change the raw material into finished goods and then sold to our country at high prices. In both way they earning the more profit, buying the raw material at less price and selling the goods at high prices to Indians. All these things made the India poorer and Britain become rich to richer. Student, British rule brought changes in values and taste, customs and practices. Many rich and educated Indians became loyal to the Britishers. Indian had not habit of taking tea and coffee. They started taking it, and they leads and also there was change in custom and practice. Sati Pratha was there. They abolished the sati pratha in India. So students, in this way all these changes leads to what? Colonization. So British came as a trader, become ruler, and this process led to many social, political and cultural changes. So this process is known as colonization. Student, British, what sources do historians use in writing about the last 250 years of Indian history? Student, they use administrative records of the British. What is administrative records? The record maintained by the British. So British believed that act of writing was very important. Every instruction, plan, policy, decision, agreement, investigation had to be clearly written up. This conviction produced an administrative culture of memos, noting and reports. They keep the records of income and expenses in the books. Students, the British also felt that all important official documents and letters needed to be carefully preserved. Why they are important? They can serve as a proofs of all the decisions they had taken and also for effective administrations. So they set up record rooms attached to the all administrative institution to maintain the records and to preserve them. They set up record rooms. Students, the village tehsildars office, collectorate, commissioner's office, the provincial secretariat, the law courts all had their record rooms in which written records were kept. Specialized institutions like archives and museums were also established to preserve important records. What is the meaning of archive? Archive is a place where written records are preserved. Student, National Archive of India came up in 1920, was set up in 1920. When New Delhi was built, the National Museum and National Archive both located close to the Viceroy Palace, because whenever Viceroy need the records, then they can take the help of National Museum and National Archives. Students, letters and memos that moved from one branch of the administration to another in the early years of the 19th century can still read. They are preserved. They are found in National Museum. We can go there, can also read even today. Student, in the early years of 19th century, these documents were carefully copied out and beautifully written by the calligraphers. At that time, printing press was not available, so to maintain the many copies of the record, took the help of calligraphers. They wrote these records in a beautiful writing. By the middle of 19th century, when the spread of printing press, multiple copies of these records were printed as proceedings of each government divide. It became easy for them to maintain many records of each copy. Student, next source of knowing the British period was surveys. Student, the practice of surveying also became common under the colonial administration or British administration. The British believed that a country had to be properly known before it could be effectively administered. If for administration, if they would have a record of population, their resources, then they could easily administer the country. Students, by the early of 19th century, detailed surveys were being carried out to map the entire countries. Maps were made. From the end of 19th century, census operations were. Census operations means detailed information of the population about their education, income, caste, religion. So first census was conducted in the year 1772, and first complete survey census was conducted in 1782. After that, every 10 years census is conducted in our country. These prepared detailed records of the number of people in all the provinces of India, noting information of caste, religions and occupations. Students, there were many surveys: botanical surveys, geological survey, archaeological survey, forest surveys were conducted to know the resources of India and to use them properly. Students, these are the ways which help us to get the information of British government, British rule in India. Student, what official records do not tell us? From the vast written records, we can get to know a lot, but we must remember that these are official records. They tell us what the official thought, what the Britishers thought, what they were interested in, and what they wish to preserve for the posterity, for future generation, what they wanted to know, what future generation will think about us. These records do not always help us understand what other people in the country felt and what lay behind their actions. Students, for that we need to look elsewhere. When we begin to search for these other sources, we find them in plenty, through they are more difficult to get official record. Student, what are the other sources which get us information? These are: we have diaries of people, accounts of pilgrims and travelers, autobiographies of important personalities and people, popular booklets that were sold in the local bazaars. These things gave us the views of other people at that they had the view of British administration. All these sources, however, were produced by those who were literate. From these, we will not be able to understand how history was experienced and lived by the tribals and the peasants, the workers in the mines, or the poor on the streets, because they were illiterate and we had not any written documents by the people and from the government. That is why the information of tribal people and poor people are not available to us. Students, I hope all the topics are clear to you. Students, today you will get the worksheet in which you get the question which are based on the understandings of the topics. Do students do the assignment and send to us according to your given schedule. Student, in next video I will discuss with you second chapter of history, that is from trade to territory. Dear students, stay at home, stay healthy, maintain social distancing. May God bless the whole world. Thank you. Have a nice day.